All right, everybody. Just starting our video up here. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Let me go ahead and make this a big screen. We're recording. We're going to let our guests come right in, y'all. One moment. All right. Hello, hello. Oh, hello.
Hello.
What's going on? What's going on?
How are
Good, good. Well, everybody, we had a little technical difficulties. We tried to do this earlier, but we are finally on here. Everybody, once again, I'm Jay Tronius, aka Governor of the Galaxy, and you are now gabbing with the Governor with our wonderful new guest. And without further ado, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself. Who are you and where are you?
Hi, I'm Nikki, and currently I am in California where it's 8 million degrees and humid as fuck.
Well, I'm in Texas, and we will give you a run
know.
for your money. Well, welcome, Miss Nikki, to our show. You know what I'm saying? This is our music thing, or whatever it is that you want to talk about yourself. So let's start first. Tell us about what you do musically and your music journey in the beginning. Tell us the beginning of your love for music.
Oh my God. Okay, so probably my earliest memory of when I knew I wanted to do music, I was like 6 maybe, watching The Little Mermaid, and I'm like dancing, singing along with Ariel because she was always my favorite and she had a beautiful voice. And my mom came into the room and she's like, you're actually not that bad. Like, you're a pretty good singer. And I was like, great, I'm going to be a singer, And then my dream ever since then was to, be a real life Ariel. So, I always I'm very personal about my music. I don't really share it too much with people. So in high school, I didn't really know anyone that did music. But I was always writing and making videos and stuff. And then I decided to apply for Berklee and ended up going to Berklee. I was shocked when I got in because I'm all self-taught, and everyone at Berklee is brilliant. So it was super intimidating. And then after 2 years at Berklee, after meeting a really great group of people that were all from LA, they were like, we're going home. Why don't you come with us? I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go to LA and be a superstar. And then nothing happened for 10 years. And now here we are. And, this past year and a half or so, I finally was just like, I'm going to give myself the opportunity that I deserve, to just put 100% in and go for it,
Right.
So, yeah, I'm about to release my first song, hopefully in the next few weeks. I'm still working on a couple, things, video and some just content basically to promote and whatnot. But yeah, it's been a long, hard journey so far,
but you still love music, and apparently you still loved it enough that you hadn't ever fully given up. And that's what's fun about that. Now, you don't sound like you're from California. Where are you from?
No, I'm born and raised in Boston. Why? Can you tell?
Your accent is so strong still.
Really?
But you know what? I mean, it was the same thing for me. Like when I moved to Boston to go to Berklee, I was in Boston almost 20 years.
Really?
And I never ever, I don't think I ever picked up on that accent. I think I stayed pretty Southern like the whole.
Yeah, you got the Southern. I don't even hear a Boston accent.
Right when you started talking, I could hear it. Right the minute you started talking. For the whole time, I was like, yep, she's repping the beans still.
Oh, that's so funny.
Now, remind me, how, we know it. Remind me how we met. I was trying to think about this.
I think we were in a class together.
Yeah.
I honestly, if my memory serves me correct, I think we were in a class together and I used to ask you for help or something, or if I could copy your shit, and then and then we just became homies. I mean, but I could be wrong. I mean, I'm not, my memory of Berkeley
is a ways away. No,
I did way more partying than learning at Berkeley for sure.
I think I literally had this conversation with my daughter today because she's in the process of getting ready to go to college.
Oh, wow.
And I was telling her, you might want to figure out what you do because you're just going to be telling people you in college partying. The networking is cool, but then you go back, you're like, damn, I should have been a little bit more, went when I was more focused or something. So, okay, so you in Boston this whole time. Now, what in LA, what did you find discouraging? Like, what do you think in your process? What was it about LA why you think you didn't just go hard right off the rat?
To be honest, it wasn't really LA per se. It was more, I couldn't get out of my own head. And for years, I'm just, was telling myself, like, yeah, you're not as good as all of these people. Like, you don't even know what you're doing. You've been making this up since you're a kid, and just the competition here is really intense and it's everywhere. You're surrounded by these beautiful, amazingly talented people. And I'm like, where the hell do I fit in? This is not my scene. So it really was just getting over that shit in my head and just putting it aside and being like, you know what, I'm never going to forgive myself if I don't try. And I really don't care whether or not people like or dislike. It's like, if you like it, great. And if you get the message I'm putting out, awesome. And if you don't, well, I mean, it's not for you, you don't. And it's not like people are judging me as a person based off of the music that I'm putting out, and so yeah, it was a battle that I had for a long time, and I think I finally won. But we'll see if I ever actually release, all the stuff I have. But I'm trying,
Hey, and that's the best thing, man. It does. For a lot of us artists, we are sensitive about our shit, as old Miss Badu's always said. But at the end of the day, I'm happy for you because I know that point of being like, fuck it.
Yeah.
I had that point a long time ago, but the point when I know the freedom of that, like, this is what I love to do from the beginning, and fuck it, I'm gonna express myself because I love it. At the end of the day, I love it.
It's
so I'm excited as hell for you for that. I'm very happy for you. So let's talk about more about this single you want to drop. Tell us more about that.
Well, all right. So actually, it's the music thing where I actually started making music started about a year ago, where I finally recorded a song that I wrote 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I know this song is a banger. Like, I have to just record it. So I recorded it, and I actually shot a music video for it. But I didn't want to just come out guns blazing. So then I wrote this other song to release before. So this song, hopefully I'm going to do it in the next month or so, but it's called Judgment Day. And it's basically just about, not in the biblical sense of Judgment Day, but it's more like I'm just waiting for the end to get to a point where I can kind of look back at everything that I've done and make sure that I've, lived life the way that I wanted to, and that I can leave behind something that I would be, proud of. Because that's my whole thing. I don't want to just leave this place without leaving a footprint behind.
I dig it. Now tell me, with your songwriting process, who are some of your influences? Like, who do you think are your influences that help create?
My number one in life as a vocalist is Whitney. She is my queen. I love Whitney, and I hate that I cannot sing in that gospel soulful way that she does. But yeah, she is my inspiration for everything. And then I'm also diehard Led Zeppelin, so all day Zeppelin.
Rock and roll.
I'm big on classic rock. That's my primary shit that I listen to. Yeah, Whitney for sure. That's about it.
Hey, that's two badass lanes if you ask me.
Yeah, right? I mean, it works for me, so.
Good stuff. Now, do you play any other instruments as well, or you just primarily?
So I play piano, but again, I'm all self-taught, so I'm like maybe a B+ at piano. But I write everything on piano.
Yeah.
And then I play a little bit of guitar. I played saxophone back in the day, but I haven't played one of those in a long time. But yeah, primarily it's piano.
Nice. And when you're writing your songs, like what's your process? Like what do you do when you're writing your song?
So usually it starts off smoke a bowl, and then I sit down at the piano, and I usually just start kind of messing around. Like, I don't really think when I'm doing it. I'm not like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and write a song about this. You know, I kind of just start playing. I'm like, oh, that chord sounds good, and figure out chords that sound nice together. And then literally like a melody just pops into my head, and the words are already attached to my melody.
Oh.
So it's weird. It's like I don't need to think much about it. I'm like, oh, here's my melody, and the words are, you know, hand in hand with it, and here we go. And sometimes I get a little stuck, and that's when I'm, you know, have to use my brain a little bit and be like, okay, we got to write something that makes sense. But yeah, most of the time it just comes to me. So, but the process is pretty easy so far.
Yeah.
But,
and you say you've been writing most of your life. You've been writing a lot.
Since I was
your first song? Do you remember the first song you ever wrote?
I don't, but honestly, I probably have it written down in like a journal somewhere. Actually, I definitely do, but I don't remember what the first one I wrote was. The one that Shame on Me, which is the other one that I'm releasing with the music video, that was like my passion project. That was the first song that I wrote that I was like, I want to show this to people kind of song.
Yeah.
Probably my first song was like something I would sing to my dog or something like that. You know?
That song for your dog. Now, what would you say? What would you have said? What do you want to say to your dog?
I sing to my dog. My dog now. I'm like, hello, little puppy, you're beautiful. And like hug her. And I'm like, do you want dinner? You know, always something with music.
Listen, I had a dog, and I used to sing to my dog. He just, God bless him, he just passed recently, and he loved it. You would have swore he just sat there and just blinked his eyes, and they love, the animals love music too, man. I don't care what nobody says.
No, they really do. My fiance has a little practice kit. He's a drummer, and he sets it up in the bedroom, and as soon as he starts playing, my dog jumps up and runs in there to go, you know, sit and listen to it. They definitely pick up on it, you know.
That's cool. That's cool. So now you're out in the open. Do you feel that you found your sound? You know how a lot of artists have to find their sound. Do you feel as though you found it?
I feel as though I don't have a sound. I just write and do what I feel. So like this song that I'm releasing, it's more Alicia Keys vibes, Judgment Day. It's got those kind of vibes, but Shame on Me is more of like a poppy electronic song. And I have another song that's going to be more of like an Adele ballady song. I'm kind of, I call myself like a Nikki of all trades because I do everything, you know?
What's up?
I don't want to kind of lock myself into one little creative box. And I kind of feel like, you know, the music industry nowadays has been turned on its head, that I feel like there's no rules anymore as to what you can do. So who's to say like, no, you have to only do pop or you have to only do jazz? Like, I'll do whatever the hell I want, you know? And,
damn right. You know, yeah. I've been asked that a lot because I jump around a lot. I'll go do a jazz, I'll funk, so like I'll just, whatever I'm in that rock, if I'm in that mode, I'm in that mode. And sometimes when I've had managers in my past, they're always like, well, how do we promote you? I'm like, song by song.
That's exactly my thing, you know?
Song by song is like, you know, it's like, I'm too free spirited. I've gotten that vibe off of you because we reconnected the first time I came to LA. We didn't get to actually see each other. But
when was that?
That's almost 2 years ago, I think. 2
really?
years
I have
ago.
No concept of time anymore.
It's flying, especially right now. Everything going on right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's sense of time is just weird. It's just
Wild.
we'll get through this shit, man. We'll get through it.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, we will. Sorry, that was very negative. We definitely will.
But it's valid though. It's valid. It's like, so you gotta question this shit sometimes. Like, will this shit ever fucking end?
It's a weird limbo, but I also think that it's like part of that is what's kind of pushing me to keep doing stuff, because it's like time hasn't stopped, shit maybe in the world is just on pause, but time is still going on. And the last thing that I would hate to, happen to me is to come out of this and be like, well, what the hell did I just do for the past, 6-8 months while time was going by? I don't want to waste time. And I want to make sure that I come out of this, quarantine or whatever it is, not just go back to doing what I was doing before, you know?
Right. Now, outside of music, do you have any strong passions or interests outside of?
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of art. I do woodworking, actually. I'm building a bar right now. It's a lot going on behind me and everywhere. But yeah, I do a lot of wood art. I write. I'm writing 2 kids' books right now, actually.
Wow.
I do web design for my dad. I'm a Nikki of all trades. I do everything,
Sounds like you're a true and through artist. It all sounds like art driven. You sound like an all around artist, and that's pretty cool, man. That's pretty cool. What made you make these kids books? Tell me more about these kids books.
So I'm a lucid dreamer, and I have a very crazy, vivid imagination, and I'm always just coming up with these stories. So one of the books I'm writing with a friend of mine, I actually can't tell you much about that. But the other book is just a little whimsical story that I came up with a couple of years ago when I was working at a payroll company, and I was coloring at my desk because I was bored as fuck. And I'm like, I'm going to come up with this, little unicorn story. And I don't want to give it all away yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working with an artist who's going to, draw out everything for me. And then we're going to try and get it to a publishing house. So yeah, I can't go too much into that either, actually.
Well, let's get to this point here. Let's talk about this. You say you're a lucid dreamer. Are you naturally one, or did you train yourself to become? Tell people about this lucid dreaming stuff.
Okay, so there's a movie. I don't know why I'm blanking on the name of it. It's something having to do with like existentialism. I watched it in philosophy class, but I've always had like very, very crazy ass dreams, and I can wake up and tell you down to a T, the color of the shirt that I was wearing and everything. And this was maybe, 5 or 6 years, no, it's probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I was in class and they were showing this movie, and it's about, I think it's called Waking Life, actually. And it's like, how do you know if real life is real life, or if like your dream life is real? And they say in the movie, okay, there are 2 things that will really, let you know if you're dreaming or if you're awake. And the first thing is, if you see a light switch, flick it. And in your dream, the lighting will never change, no matter how many times you flip the switch. And the other one was, if you see writing, you look at it, you look away, and you look back, and it will never say the same thing twice. So it's always like random letters that are jumbled. So I was like, all right, the next time I made a point to myself, I'm going to try this the next time I'm dreaming, So I don't know how long after that I had a dream, and I remembered that movie in my dream, and I flipped a switch, and I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. Like, that's amazing.
It wouldn't turn off. It wouldn't turn off and all.
Nothing. It was just a switch. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm in a dream, and it's hard. It is something that you kind of have to like train yourself to do. But it actually happened to me like 2 weeks ago. I was having this dream that I was like trapped in this weird COVID town, and all these people were. Like, it started off where you would get like mosquito bites, and it's like, oh, you're getting COVID, go hide or whatever. And it was nighttime, and suddenly something, there was a car with a license plate. Yeah. And I looked at it and looked away, and it said something different. And I was like, oh, I'm dreaming. I'm going to try and control my dream right now. And so in my dream, I'm like play Harry Potter. And the Harry Potter, I swear to God, the Harry Potter theme song started playing in my dream. And I'm like, oh, this is fucking working. And I'm walking down the street with like these light sticks or something, listening to Harry Potter, pretending I'm conducting it. It was insane. Like, I swear, it was insane. And then, of course, after that, I forgot that I was in control of the dream and went back into the dream mode.
Wow.
But it's a really crazy thing. And I don't know when it started or how it started, but I keep a dream journal because they're crazy, the dreams that I have. And it's another book that I want to do later on down the line.
Man.
Just all the dreams. But yeah, it's a trip for sure.
The ironic thing of you telling this story is there's literally a light switch right behind you as you're talking about a light. That's where it gets. Let's see. I guess we're here. I guess we really are here. Damn it, I was hoping it wasn't going.
That's so funny. Could you imagine if it didn't? Like, you'd be like, oh shit.
I might have abruptly closed this shit off right now. I might have turned this shit off for real. That's cool, man. And what's cool about this is that about me and you is that we've always been cool without really talking much.
For sure.
That's what's so tripped out. And like, I'm learning more about you than I ever known about your ass.
No,
but some way, shape, or form, we've been cool as hell. Like, it's cool. Certain people you just connect with that. Like,
100%.
And
I vibe with your energy and all that, you know.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So all right. So so we got an all-around artist here now. Back to the music. Now you're gonna release this stuff. Do you have what is your exact artist name? What do you go by?
I'm not one on here's my persona and here's the stage act that I'm trying to put on. My whole thing is like, I'm a real fucking person and I'm just going to be real and this is me and this is who I am and take it or leave it. So I think I'm just going to release all my stuff as Nikki and leave it at that. Just Nikki.
Fuck it. I like it.
Thank you.
That's cool. So, okay, so y'all get ready. This girl seems to have a lot going on from an artistic perspective. Before the public, y'all get ready because it seems like she's going to be dropping some music on y'all, some visuals in the near future. She may teach us. She may be a lucid dream professor one day for all we know. There's a lot going on with this lady, man.
I'm not crazy, though, I swear.
Hey, it's all amazing shit to me. And so I'm going to ask you the question that I ask everybody on this interview.
Okay.
At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, what is Nikki's legacy? What do you want to leave behind this earth?
I just want to leave behind like a story, you know. I want to leave behind all of these thoughts and ideas and everything that I have in my brain. Like, I don't even care if they're attached to my name, but I just want them out and I want it to be heard because I think that I feel as though my imagination is a lot and feel like I have a lot more to offer than to just being a bartender, you know? I just want to leave behind my stories, whether they're real about who I am in my life or they're made up. I want to leave behind the creativity.
Right on. And to any young people out there that are trying to do that thing and walk in your similar footsteps, what do you have to say to them?
Don't listen to that voice in your head. Just say, fuck it. Don't worry about what anyone else is going to say or think, because here's the thing. There's always going to be people that are telling you not to do something and telling you that you can't do something and that you should, get that 9-to-5 job because that's what's going to pay your bills. And there's always going to be people that are discouraging you, and just stick to what your gut is telling you and trust that the universe is going to guide you in the direction to get to where you want to be. And don't listen to anyone else, because you're not living your life for anyone else but yourself.
It starts and ends with you, right?
That's right.
That's it. So Anything else you want to tell these people before we wrap this up, girl? Anything else you need to say to anybody?
I'm good. Just follow me, follow my journey, and yeah, there's a lot coming. So
social media links. That's it. How does one follow you? That's we damn near. That's what we.
Yeah, let's see. I don't even know my Instagram off the top of my head. I have to like look at it. I'm terrible at social media. But yeah, Nikki Pedraza, NIKKIPEDRAZA. You can find me on Instagram. That's also my website, nikkipedraza.com. So see you around.
There it is. Right on, people. Thank you so much, girl, for getting on here. It's been a joy to just catch up with you this way and know more about you than I ever known this whole damn time.
I know. Next time I got to interview you.
I'm with it. I'm all the way with it. Well, man, to everybody else, this is Nikki. I'm Jay Tronius. We thank y'all for tuning in, and man, stay blessed. Love and light to everybody. Be good. You were Gabbin with the Guvna. Peace out, mama. All right, let's see here. Oh, is it gonna let me in? You might have to end. I'm trying to end it. Hold on.
Yeah, I got it.
It's not letting me do it. Holy cannoli. Okay. No. Y'all, if y'all still watching me, I'm literally trying to end this thing. Okay, what is this? Damn, it froze on me.